Hey guys, it looks like the deplatforming is actually working because Milo Yiannopoulos is no longer going to be attending a Phoenix event after just about every single venue has denied hosting him. They have declined hosting him.
Arizona. Arizona. It's delicious.
But I don't think it's anything to do with what he's been up to. It's just the pedophilia thing. I think that stink is still on him too much.
You still think that's it?
I still think that's it. Well, and also I
thought it was that he just brings trouble wherever he goes, and he absolutely is trying to do that. Well, and these venues are like, I don't have time for your shit.
And that's what the article
for these people.
The article I have here says that of the 62 that declined, 62
Jesus.
places declined to host this guy. 20 of them turned down the request over fears of retaliation. So that's only like 1/3 of them. I mean, that's still enough, but it's amazing. So Shelby Bush, a member of the group, told the newspaper that we know of at least 20 of them pulled out or denied because of fear of retaliation or violence. A few of them denied us because they researched Milo and decided they did not want to be involved because what they have seen on the news. So I think that's the whole him losing his platform at CPAC and the whole pedophilia thing that was going on there. And it says here the group that was going to host the thing said in a post on their Facebook page Thursday that they asked Yiannopoulos not to attend the event after the company they hired to organize the speech failed to secure a proper venue. And it says here, unfortunately, the company we hired to organize the event failed to complete necessary steps crucial to provide security, blah, blah, blah. We weren't able to host this guy here. This has been a difficult decision for us, but ultimately the safety of our speakers and the guests are utmost importance. Bullshit. No, you guys don't give a fuck about the person attending the shit.
I'm sorry, your impersonation was great.
And they're trying to say they're trying to say that it's
white people sound like. That's what white people sound like.
Oh, girl, you come on back to DC. Come on.
Hey,
I have spent recently a week in Brooklyn.
For real?
And I loved it. And then I'm coming down the escalators in Salt Lake City Airport, and they've got all the Mormons standing around like, "Welcome home, Elder so-and-so," for the missionaries. And I'm just like, oh my God, it's so homogenous. There's so many white people. And every time I go out now, I'm like, oh my God, it's so boring.
It's like Wonder Bread everywhere you go. It's like, can I get a baguette somewhere? Please.
I just spent a week in a neighborhood that was a lot of Muslims, but it was I'd walk down the street and hear 5 different languages. I'm like, oh my God, this is so nice. And
see? Come on back to DC. We're kind of like that.
Well, and I'm dying to come visit.
DC. I've been to DC. I like DC. DC was beautiful.
I think Tiffany's trying to do I think she's trying to give us a
stay on target.
I think she's trying to tell us.
So
the people that were trying to host this event have been saying that that it's left-wing bullies that have been responsible for the cancellation of this.
We're bullies now, for real. I'm sorry.
Left-wing bullies continue to use the threat of violence and often deploy real violence to suppress conservative speakers in a constitutional republic.
Are the ones who drive cars into people.
Let's look at the death count. Let me look over here. Death count. Right here over here on my whiteboard. Antifa.
Right.
0.
Yeah.
Let's see. White identity terrorists. 33 or so. At least 33 so far.
The most high threat terrorist group in the United States right now, in fact. White nationalists.
They're trying to say that Black Lives Matter is now a black identity politics movement kind of thing. And I'm like, what about? I
swear to fuck, nothing fucking changes.
What about every other political group out there? Are you going to call those white identity political groups? Because that's what the GOP is.
Yeah.
And they try to put a good face on it at CPAC and everything. Look, we have brown people. We have all of these Mexicans that are coming here. It's
I go to CPAC every year.
I've heard.
Really?
Yes, I do. I want to show you something.
Okay.
Do you want to see?
Yes.
Yeah. Why not?
I want to show you something. Yes, I do want to see. Of course,
fuck yes. Show us something. This is a visual medium. Yes. Oh, and also on podcast.
And then I'm sorry.
She's showing her badge for CPAC of 2014.
Jamila Bays.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize
They thought I was Jamila Bays. She gave me this so that I could walk around. I sneak in. And now I've said this on several podcasts that I sneak into CPAC every year for the past. This one's from 2014. You know?
Nope. They're like, we got one. We got a black. We got a black.
they and I have one. This one's from 2015. Okay. I go every year, and I'm going next year. And I saw Milo get dragged out last year. I mean, earlier this year. I watched that shit. I was there. So this one, this one's from 14.
You have the patience of a saint, because I swear I'd Hulk out.
Because I'm sure they talk down to you the whole time that you're there.
No. See, it's the opposite. They act like I'm the fucking jewel of the Nile.
Well, that's what I mean, is that they put you on the pedestal. They're like, oh, look who we have here. Let's be what's the word I'm looking for here? When you're when you enshrine somebody like that, like we have a Negro here.
Have you ever heard of the nod? Have you ever heard of the nod?
The nod.
Okay. Yeah. So when black folks are in a place where they're minorities, and I mean, like really minorities, and this is a white space.
Yeah.
And then you walk past one, you go, right? I don't know. It's so like
I've heard of it. I've not experienced it.
It's like the assholes on motorcycles that do the finger thing when they like they notice each other, like, hey, I'm a motorcycle too. It's like, get the fuck out of here with that.
But like I see them sometimes and I go, hey, but they don't know that I'm not one of them. You know what I mean? And they think and so they're like, hey, and I stop and I'm like, hey, you enjoying CPAC? I'm like, fuck no. They're like, oh, are you a liberal? And I'm like, yeah.
I like myself. I like myself.
That's about the time when the cops start covering their badge. They're like, I don't want you to see who I really am. Like, shit, I just got outed.
But it's a totally different world. And the one thing that surprised me the most is how many young people. There's lots of young kids there.
No, man. It's mind game. It's just like religion. They're groping them in young.
They're recruiting young white guys from the MRAs because young white guys feel like they deserve pussy all the time. 100% of the time they try. And
that's what they say. That MR, it's like they say. I forgot where I read it.
White supremacy is intrinsically tied to misogyny.
To the MRAs, yes, and the misogyny. So there was an article yesterday. I forgot where it was. Daily Beast. I'm not sure, but it was the title was the alt-right doesn't know what to do with white women, right? And just Google that title, and it was basically about how those alt-righters, those hardcore MRA dudes, the women want to be a part of this movement, but they're so fucking misogynist, they don't know what to do. It was very interesting. So check that out. It's just insane.
God,
I'm sorry. The topic is just like over the.
That's what we do. That's our show.
That's what we do.
Show.
Okay, I'm glad you don't mind that.
No,
because I can get distracted. Like nobody's business. Yeah,
we call it blueberries.
Yeah,
we go into the blueberries.
All right. So anyway, let's. Okay, so so last month, the same thing happened when he tried to do a free speech week in Berkeley, and he was canceled there as well. But that was because, Berkeley, they didn't actually send out invitations to the people to show up at these things.
You know what he was doing.
Oh, it's just amazing that left and right, he's finally getting his comeuppance, and finally everybody's like, nope, get the fuck out of here, you troublemaker. We don't want you on our campus anymore.
Right.
And you know what? That's up to them, because guess what, people? If we live in a capitalistic country, you can't make a place have your person there unless they're a public school, which is what we saw with Richard Spencer in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so that's what these assholes keep targeting. But you know what? I hope they get deplatformed there as well.
Do you think they will, though? Do you think it'll happen? Really? No?
Okay, so Alex Jules, when he came on our show X, he made a really good point about this.
Yeah.
Right.
He said that we cannot trust. So I made a point that I do think that white supremacist speech should be made illegal because it's inherently violent.
Right.
And said, well, that's true. I don't trust you people.
Yeah, I don't trust anybody to.
You will immediately use that same precedent to use against us and our free speech. And I went, that is a really good point, Alex.
However,
and so that was such a good point that I immediately dropped that because I had been sitting there saying, I think we should. I was like, white supremacist speech is inherently violent. It is. Yes. It is inherently violent.
It's contingent upon pulling other people down.
Yes, it is. Like there's no historical context. There's no context in which it's not violent.
Right.
But so because white people still control everything, if white people made it illegal to have white supremacist speech, that would immediately be used to tamp down anything for people of color or any marginalized group at all ever as hate speech and as illegal speech. And it's like, oh shit, you're very right.
I'm definitely not going for that. I'm just saying that you should not have speakers at a campus that have been known to cause issues with them speaking there.
Yeah.
You should not platform the bad people. I'm not saying stop them from being able to say stuff. He could get a venue in town if he wanted to, but you don't have to be there.
But that's the thing. If it's a publicly funded university,
I know they can't.
They have to give them. But I know that they just do this shit on purpose.
Yeah, that's exactly the point.
Yeah, but we can't call them out on it because America, fuck yeah,
America.
Everybody has free speech. But they know what they're doing, and that's what pisses me off.
They're absolutely taking advantage of the fact that they have to be given a platform. They have to. I mean, if us three could like fork up the money, they'd have to give us a platform too. They'd have to give us an auditorium. They would. Right. They would.
But they should also have to pay for their own fucking security. That's my opinion on that.
I agree.
You know how much that would put a dent in their shit if they had to pay for their own security?
Yeah, what was it in Florida? $600,000 they wasted on extra security?
I don't think that would be limiting free speech because
I think that the governor kind of went overboard declaring an emergency, though.
I think that was purposely.
Yeah, and they used that as a talking point, assholes.
He's a Republican governor, and what he was trying to do was the
liberals are so dangerous.
Yes, that's exactly what he was trying to do.
Look how bad these liberals are.